Hello and welcome to Painting of the Geeks. It's an unboxing video as soon as the camera focuses for Nagash, Supreme Lord of the Undead. Nagash has returned. And he's no longer a big clunky metal miniature, he's a very cool looking plastic miniature. So we've just purchased this, and anyone who can see just behind the box, the other paraphernalia for him. There he is. I'll be reviewing those after I've read them. But for now, this is an unboxing video for Nagash himself. And he's that big that I'm having to hold the camera just to get the box in. So there's his waist anyway. So there's the box. It's a nice looking white box. There's the opposite side of the box. There you go, lots of detail on the model itself. So it's actually quite a good guide that in itself, because you've got quite a lot of zoomed in areas.
You've got a nice painting guide as well.
Yeah, on the bottom. So it's going to be quite useful to keep hold of this box actually when painting him. Plus there is a painting guide in last week's White Dwarf.
There is, yeah.
But we'll open this and we can see how many sprues he's on and what the sprues look like. So let's just move those books out of the way, and then I can actually get to the box. Voila! Eventually, a nice big base there for him. Okay, so we have a total of 2 sprues, which is quite surprising, really.
Really?
Yep, 2 whole sprues.
Seriously, 2
All
sprues?
that has gone to 2 sprues. So
okay.
there is 1 sprue. There is tons of stuff on that sprue.
Wow! Look at those books.
The books look amazing. You see them?
Books. Book there.
I think there's 9 books in total, is there? Something
I
like
think
that.
so, yeah. That are all caught up in the swirly mists.
It's to go with these 9 books of lore or whatever in the rules.
And that's the swirly misty bits.
That's a swirly misty sprue with all the swirly misty bits on and other parts of book. That's really cool, sort of.
That's well detailed.
Could use some negative space on that. That's amazing. Looks a bit like the upcoming, these lieutenants. One of them's got a cloak that looks a bit like that. I think it's his main guy.
Oh.
On the black or something. I can't remember his name.
Like that.
But yeah, that's an amazing use of negative space there.
Pretty immense.
It's pretty tough actually as well when you press it. It's not like it's brittle.
That's good.
It's still pretty tough. Obviously, the new Games Workshop clippers, they're a lot better at not shearing stuff off as well, the way that the old ones used to. So yeah, I am looking forward to putting this together, and I'm looking forward even more to seeing it painted. But let's have a look at the manual. Here is said manual. It looks like there's 2 versions of Nagash to put together, or as we call him, Calthazad. Shock horror. No, but Nagash, there he is, in all of his glory. One with a sword and a hand with some swirly mist in, and one with the staff and the book, which is the front cover version of him. I think we're going to go staff and book, just because it just looks more, I don't know, sorcery Calthazad sort of Nagash-esque to me, rather than just a big black sword.
And the swirly hand, it doesn't conjure up as many images as a guy with the book and staff.
Yeah, he looks more like the general, menacing general. I mean, I wouldn't get on the wrong side of that sword either.
No, I mean, it is an awesome sword, don't get me wrong, and the hand is very well detailed, but yeah. I just think...
I'd like to see him like that, but I think we're going to do this one, because I just think it looks more like the Lord of the Undead to me. If he were just purely a combat guy, I'd go for that. But we're going to go for this. So, we shall rejoin you momentarily once we have built him. Okay.
Which may be the next millennium.
Yeah.
Because it looks awesome.
Cool. Right, so we'll get this stuck together and then we shall join you in a moment. And welcome back. Here he is, Nagash, Supreme Lord of the Undead. Not actually fitting on the camera again. So zoom, push him back a bit. There you go.
He's a bit camera shy.
Bit camera shy. Yep. There he is. An amazing model. There's lots of it. You can see how you can see how much is in this. The way it flows around. Still got some filling work to do on it, but pretty much this is it. Ready for priming. Just a bit worried about painting that. It's a bit
springy.
It's a bit springy, but hey ho, I think it'll be alright. It doesn't connect to anything other than this point on his base down here. That's the only connection point for that whole piece. Still, it's gone together quite easily. I was quite surprised. It didn't take as long as I thought, and it was quite easy to put together.
It was.
The instructions were bang on. There's obviously the staff and book version, as we said we would. The mortise blade is there on his back, because you get two swords with it. You get the one in the scabbard on his back there, and you get this bad boy for when you want to just have him holding the sword instead. So there's the spare mortise blade. There is a spare book. Obviously, if you use the blade, the book will go on the back there, where the scabbard blade goes. And you get this soul thing that he holds in his hand, which is two pieces, which is a little skull type thing, screaming. A bit like the wraith that are flying around him. And that's his arm. He's holding that in his hand, like unleashing it. Those are all the spare parts of the kit, just those few little bits. Everything else is used. There are 9 books in total flying around him, as I thought, including the one in his hand. Those are the 9 books. What do you think?
It was really nice and easy to clip off.
Yeah.
Quite
surprised there's hardly any mould lines on it.
There was hardly any fiddly bits in it.
A little bit of filing down some of the lesser
but not an awful lot, especially if you're very careful with. There's a few bits that, especially these bits here, that are very you don't want them to snap kind of thing.
There are a few bits I'm going to have to fill, like the lines on these ghost bits.
Yeah.
You can still see the line on the camera, but you can still see the line just there. And where they're joined together, that's the only bits that look a bit out of place, and they are just going to need some filler going over the top of them just to fill that down, and the paint should do the rest of that.
As for the model itself, it's absolutely awesome.
It is fantastic. I say this every time I review a model, that it's a fantastic model.
Yeah.
But every one I review these days, every one I'm opening, is getting better and better.
Yeah.
I'm just more and more surprised. Like, wow, look at this.
It's just going to be very scary to paint.
One of my favourite bits is this little wraith guy here. He's got size.
We named him Raphael.
I can't think of any other model that's got size in Games Workshop. I mean, sure, someone watching might be able to tell me what, if there was another model that's got size, but they're cool. All these little wraiths flying around. It's so much detail. It's going to be hell to paint.
Yes.
I did consider at one point putting it together in stages, but I honestly couldn't see how after it was painted you'd be able to get it together.
I don't think you can.
And get all these lines blended together. I couldn't figure out a way to do it, so here we are. We're going to go for it and just paint it like this. I'm just a bit worried about this joddery thing there. I wonder if I can do something about that, like clip them together maybe. Just make sure I haven't missed anything. Those don't. No, there's no way they stick together, I don't think.
I'll have to have a look at the
I want to look at instructions.
Instructions again.
There might be a way to sort of get those two to just join together like that and then be a bit less all over the place. It won't matter once it's painted, obviously. It's going to sit in a cabinet or it's going to sit on a battlefield. But yeah, I am very impressed, and I've had a cursory glance at the books, which are now open, that you can see behind. I've had a cursory glance at that, and it looks like the end times are going to be something very, 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 very interesting.
Yeah.
But I'll do a review on them another time after I've read them properly. There are some interesting models in there which Games Workshop has not released yet. And I was quite surprised to see them, and they do look amazing.
I have a feeling that the End Times is going to be something similar to the Sanctus Reach storyline.
Yeah, I think
a little bit of a storyline with a couple of scenarios and
we've got a campaign
one big
type
boom
thing
at the end.
So like a campaign type thing.
Yeah.
I think Sanctus Reach is kind of reached, no pun intended, the end of that section with the Hour of the Wolf. But this is Nagash and Warhammer. This could go on for quite some time because it encompasses all the races of the old world.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a really good time for me, especially to get back into Warhammer because it's been a long time. The last edition, though, I haven't even played it.
No,
I don't think I've played it since.
I got a shed load of Bretonnians and a shed load of lizard men. I've not even painted them.
Yeah, so it's been a long time since I played Warhammer. Well, 40k has just overshadowed it for volume of releases and just interest.
Yeah,
but I think this has definitely rekindled my interest in Warhammer. What do you think, Kel'Thuzad? I mean, Nagash.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Oh, okay, he's talking there. Maybe I'm just going mad. Anyway. We've droned on a bit now.
We have.
And I've still got the book to review later on. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this model. I'll give you a quick spin of him again. I think the shoulder pad there is kind of it's a big skull. I think it's a nod to the old miniature. I'll stick a photo of that in this video and you can see what the old miniature used to look like if you haven't seen it before. It is. This model is quite the improvement. It's not even.
Oh, definitely.
I don't even think they're in the same league.
Nowhere near.
I mean, for its time, it was a fantastic model and really interesting, different from anything else in Warhammer. But just like this is now, this is wow. There's something else. I know a lot of people balked at the price of it, and I know.
I'm sorry, it's worth the money.
Yeah.
Well worth the money for the intricacies of the model. And how it looks, it's well worth the price.
Yeah, I mean,
retailing at.
I mean, nobody wants to pay a lot of money for stuff these days, and they are luxuries at the end of the day. These models, they're not necessities. But I think it's worth the price tag. Glance at the books, I think they're worth the price tag. But I'll need to read them to make sure. But yeah, there we go. Yeah. So thanks for watching. We've been Pouncing of the Geeks. I'm Paul.
I'm Claire.
And we'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.